Have you ever wondered what separates Hollywood legends from the thousands of talented actors who never make it to the top? Talent certainly helps. Fame can open doors. But for some of the biggest stars in entertainment history, success came down to a single bold decision, one moment when they chose to risk everything. What if Sylvester Stallone had sold Rocky and walked away? What if Robert Downey Jr. had never accepted the role of Iron Man? What if Heath Ledger had listened to the critics who said he could never be the Joker? In today's video, we're revealing 20 Hollywood stars whose daring choices changed their lives forever. From career-defining risks and shocking transformations to decisions that rewrote the rules of the entertainment industry, these are the stories behind the moments that turned ordinary actors into legends. Stay until the end, because some of these decisions were so unbelievable that they almost destroyed the careers they eventually made famous. Tom Cruise became one of Hollywood's biggest stars not only for his acting talent, but also for a daring decision that changed his career forever, performing his own stunts. While most actors relied on stunt doubles, Cruise chose to risk his safety to deliver a more authentic experience for audiences. From hanging off the side of an airplane to scaling the world's tallest buildings, his fearless commitment transformed a mission impossible franchise into a global phenomenon. Now 64 years old, Tom Cruise continues to push the limits of action filmmaking, proving that passion, courage, and determination can redefine what it means to be a movie star. Robert Downey Jr. made one of the most remarkable comebacks in Hollywood history through a bold decision that few believed would succeed. After years of personal struggles, legal troubles, and being considered uninsurable by major studios, he refused to give up on his career. Taking a chance on the relatively unknown role of Iron Man in 2008, Downey transformed both his life and the future of superhero films. His charismatic performance helped launch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, turning him into one of the highest-paid and most beloved actors in the world. Now 61 years old, Robert Downey Jr. remains a symbol of resilience, proving that even the darkest chapters can lead to an extraordinary new beginning. Charlize Theron became one of Hollywood's most respected actresses through a bold decision that completely transformed her career. Known for her stunning beauty and glamorous image, she shocked audiences by gaining weight, wearing prosthetic makeup, and abandoning her usual appearance to portray serial killer Eileen Wuornos and Monster. The dramatic transformation proved her extraordinary dedication to her craft and silenced critics who saw her only as a beautiful actress. Her fearless performance earned her an Academy Award and established her as one of the finest talents of her generation. Now 50 years old, Charlize Theron continues to challenge herself with powerful roles while inspiring audiences with her versatility, strength, and commitment to authentic storytelling. Matthew McConaughey built one of Hollywood's most inspiring career reinventions through a bold decision that many considered risky. After becoming famous as the charming star of romantic comedies, he walked away from the genre at the height of his success, turning down lucrative offers to pursue more serious and challenging roles. For nearly 2 years, he received few opportunities, but he remained committed to his vision. That gamble paid off with acclaimed performances in The Lincoln Lawyer, Mud, Dallas Buyers Club, and True Detective. His transformation became known as The McConaissance, a remarkable comeback that earned him an Academy Award and renewed respect throughout the industry. Now 56 years old, Matthew McConaughey continues to inspire audiences with his authenticity, talent, and willingness to take risks in pursuit of greatness. Leonardo DiCaprio became one of the most respected actors in Hollywood through a bold decision that shaped the course of his entire career. Following the massive success of Titanic, he could have spent years starring in safe blockbuster roles and capitalizing on his heartthrob image. Instead, DiCaprio chose a more challenging path, turning down many commercial projects to work with visionary directors such as Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, and Quentin Tarantino. By prioritizing artistic growth over short-term fame, he built an extraordinary filmography filled with complex and unforgettable performances. His commitment eventually earned him an Academy Award and established him as one of the greatest actors of his generation. Now 51 years old, Leonardo DiCaprio continues to captivate audiences while using his global influence to advocate for environmental causes around the world. Christian Bale earned a reputation as one of Hollywood's most dedicated actors through a bold decision that repeatedly pushed his body to the limit. Rather than relying on makeup or visual effects alone, Bale became famous for undergoing extreme physical transformations to fully embody his characters. He shocked audiences by losing over 60 pounds for The Machinist, then rapidly rebuilding his physique to play Batman in Batman Begins. Throughout his career, he continued to gain and lose dramatic amounts of weight for demanding roles, demonstrating an extraordinary commitment to authenticity. His fearless approach earned him critical acclaim, an Academy Award, and recognition as one of the finest actors of his generation. Now 52 years old, Christian Bale continues to challenge himself with complex performances, proving that true dedication can elevate acting into an art form. Meryl Streep became one of the greatest actresses in cinematic history through a bold decision that set her apart from many of her contemporaries. Rather than chasing glamorous roles or relying on her star power, she consistently chose complex, challenging characters that demanded extraordinary emotional depth and transformation. Throughout her career, she embraced difficult accents, historical figures, and deeply flawed personalities, often taking risks that other actors avoided. Her commitment to artistic excellence earned her a record number of Academy Award nominations and established her as the gold standard of acting. Now 77 years old, Meryl Streep continues to inspire audiences and fellow performers alike, proving that talent, courage, and dedication can create a legacy that transcends generations. Keanu Reeves became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars through a bold decision that few celebrities would ever make. At the height of his success, he repeatedly chose people over profits, willingly taking pay cuts to help studios hire talented co-stars and ensure films reached their full potential. Rather than chasing bigger paychecks, Reeves focused on creating the best possible projects and supporting those around him. His humility, generosity, and genuine kindness earned him a reputation unlike almost anyone else in the entertainment industry. Combined with iconic roles in The Matrix and John Wick, these choices transformed him into a global symbol of integrity and perseverance. Now 61 years old, Keanu Reeves continues to captivate audiences worldwide, proving that success is measured not only by fame, but also by character. Jennifer Lawrence rose to become one of Hollywood's most influential actresses through a bold decision to stay true to herself in an industry known for intense pressure and unrealistic beauty standards. Early in her career, she refused suggestions to drastically change her appearance or lose weight simply to fit a certain image. Instead, Lawrence embraced authenticity, believing that talent and confidence mattered more than perfection. Her fearless attitude resonated with audiences around the world and helped redefine what a leading actress could be. Combined with her award-winning performances in films such as Silver Linings Playbook, The Hunger Games, and American Hustle, her honesty made her one of the most admired stars of her generation. Now 35 years old, Jennifer Lawrence continues to inspire fans with her talent, confidence, and unwavering commitment to being herself. Denzel Washington became one of Hollywood's most respected actors through a bold decision to take on challenging and controversial roles rather than choosing the safest path to fame. Throughout his career, he consistently portrayed complex characters whose stories explored morality, justice, power, and human struggle. Whether playing a corrupt detective in Training Day, a determined civil rights leader in Malcolm X, or a troubled but inspiring father in Fences. Washington never shied away from roles that demanded emotional depth and courage. His willingness to take artistic risks earned him multiple Academy Awards and the admiration of audiences around the world. Now 71 years old, Denzel Washington continues to set the standard for excellence in acting, inspiring generations with his talent, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to meaningful storytelling. Jim Carrey became one of Hollywood's most remarkable success stories through a bold decision that completely changed how audiences viewed him. After dominating the world of comedy with unforgettable hits like Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, Carrey took a major risk by stepping away from his familiar comedic persona to pursue serious, dramatic roles. Many doubted whether one of the industry's funniest actors could succeed in emotionally complex performances. However, films such as The Truman Show, Man on the Moon, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind revealed a depth and vulnerability few had expected. His willingness to challenge himself earned widespread critical acclaim and cemented his reputation as one of the most versatile actors of his generation. Now 64 years old, Jim Carrey remains an influential figure whose courage to reinvent himself continues to inspire artists around the world. Nicole Kidman built one of Hollywood's most impressive careers through a bold decision that transformed her public image and professional future. Following her highly publicized divorce from Tom Cruise, many believed her fame was closely tied to one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Instead of retreating from the spotlight, Kidman chose to take on daring, unconventional roles that challenged both audiences and critics. Her fearless performances in films such as Moulin Rouge, The Hours, and Burt showcased her extraordinary range and artistic ambition. By refusing to be defined by her personal life, she established herself as one of the most accomplished actresses of her generation, earning an Academy Award and numerous international honors. Now 59 years old, Nicole Kidman continues to captivate audiences with her talent, elegance, and willingness to embrace challenging new roles. Johnny Depp became one of Hollywood's most unforgettable stars through a bold decision that defied nearly every rule of mainstream success. Rather than pursuing conventional leading man roles, he consistently chose eccentric, unpredictable, and often misunderstood characters that many actors would have avoided. From Edward Scissorhands and Captain Jack Sparrow to Willy Wonka and Sweeney Todd, Depp built his career on originality rather than conformity. While some of these choices were considered risky at the time, they ultimately helped him create some of the most iconic characters in modern cinema. His willingness to embrace the unusual transformed him from a teen heartthrob into one of the most distinctive actors of his generation. Now 63 years old, Johnny Depp continues to be recognized worldwide for his creativity, individuality, and fearless approach to storytelling. Sandra Bullock became one of Hollywood's most successful actresses through a bold decision that expanded her influence far beyond acting. At a time when many stars focused solely on performing, Bullock took control of her career by stepping into film production and backing projects she truly believed in. This move allowed her to pursue meaningful stories while creating opportunities that might never have existed otherwise. Her willingness to take creative and financial risks paid off with major successes, including The Blind Side, which earned her an Academy Award, and Gravity, one of the most acclaimed films of her career. By combining business instincts with exceptional talent, she established herself as both a respected actress and a powerful force behind the scenes. Now 62 years old, Sandra Bullock remains one of Hollywood's most admired figures, known for her intelligence, versatility, and lasting impact on the entertainment industry. Heath Ledger became a Hollywood legend through a bold decision that many believed would end in failure. When he was cast as the Joker in The Dark Knight, critics and fans openly questioned whether the former romantic leading man was right for one of cinema's most iconic villains. Instead of listening to the doubts, Ledger fully immersed himself in the role, isolating himself for weeks to develop the Joker's voice, mannerisms, and unsettling personality. The result was a performance unlike anything audiences had ever seen. Dark, unpredictable, and unforgettable. His portrayal redefined comic book villains and is still considered one of the greatest performances in film history. Although Heath Ledger tragically passed away in 2008 at the age of 28, his extraordinary dedication and artistic courage continued to inspire actors and movie lovers around the world. Viola Davis became one of Hollywood's most influential actresses through a bold decision to embrace her true identity rather than conform to traditional industry expectations. Throughout her career, she refused to change her appearance, soften her voice, or alter who she was to fit conventional standards of beauty and success. Instead, Davis chose authenticity, taking on powerful roles that reflected real human experiences and challenged long-standing stereotypes. Her unforgettable performances in The Help, Fences, and How to Get Away with Murder showcased extraordinary talent and emotional depth, earning her numerous awards and historic achievements. By remaining true to herself, she opened doors for future generations of actors and helped reshape the entertainment industry. Now 61 years old, Viola Davis continues to inspire millions with her courage, honesty, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Hugh Jackman became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars through a bold decision that required an extraordinary long-term commitment. At a time when few actors were willing to dedicate years to a single character, Jackman embraced the role of Wolverine and made it a defining part of his career. What began as a risky casting choice evolved into one of the most iconic performances in superhero movie history. For nearly 2 decades, he repeatedly transformed his body, endured demanding training, and returned to the character time and time again, even when many actors would have moved on. His dedication culminated in Logan, a critically acclaimed farewell that redefined what a superhero film could be. Now 57 years old, Hugh Jackman continues to inspire audiences with his versatility, charisma, and unwavering commitment to his craft. Margot Robbie became one of Hollywood's most powerful actresses through a bold decision to take control of her career beyond acting. While many rising stars focused solely on landing major roles, Robbie chose to launch her own production company, giving herself the opportunity to tell stories that traditional studios often overlooked. This move allowed her to champion unique projects and create stronger opportunities for women both in front of and behind the camera. Her gamble paid off with critically acclaimed films and the global success of Barbie, which became one of the highest-grossing movies of all time. By combining creative vision with business leadership, Robbie transformed herself from a talented actress into one of the entertainment industry's most influential figures. Now 36 years old, Margot Robbie continues to shape Hollywood with her ambition, intelligence, and fearless commitment to innovation. Sylvester Stallone became one of Hollywood's greatest success stories through a bold decision that changed his life forever. Struggling financially and rejected by countless studios, Stallone wrote the screenplay for Rocky in just a few days after being inspired by a boxing match. When producers offered to buy the script, they wanted a more established actor for the lead role, despite desperately needing the money. Stallone refused to sell it unless he could play Rocky himself. It was an enormous gamble that could have ended his career before it even began. Instead, Rocky became a worldwide phenomenon, won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and transformed Stallone into an international superstar. Now 80 years old, Sylvester Stallone remains a symbol of determination, proving that believing in yourself can change the course of your destiny. Arnold Schwarzenegger became one of the most recognizable stars in the world through a bold decision that few believed could succeed. After dominating the world of bodybuilding and winning multiple Mr. Olympia titles, he set his sights on Hollywood despite facing constant criticism. Industry experts told him he was too muscular, his accent was too strong, and his name was too difficult for audiences to remember. Rather than listening to the doubters, Schwarzenegger remained determined to achieve his dream. His breakthrough roles in Conan the Barbarian, The Terminator, and Predator transformed him into one of the greatest action stars of all time. He later expanded his success into business and politics, proving that ambition knows no limits. Now 79 years old, Arnold Schwarzenegger continues to inspire millions with his extraordinary journey from a small Austrian village to global fame. And there you have it, 20 bold decisions that helped shape some of the greatest careers in Hollywood history. These stars remind us that success is rarely about playing it safe. Whether it was taking a chance on an unknown role, walking away from millions of dollars, transforming themselves beyond recognition, or refusing to give up when everyone else had lost faith, each of these actors proved that courage often makes the difference between being remembered and being forgotten. Which story surprised you the most? Was it Robert Downey Jr.'s incredible comeback, Heath Ledger's unforgettable Joker, or Sylvester Stallone's refusal to sell Rocky without starring in it himself? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the fascinating stories behind the world's biggest stars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.